Alrighty guys, this is Japor. Good afternoon, morning or evening. This is going to be a new playthrough of Mountain Blade with Fire and Sword. So the reason behind this kind of playthrough is it's my most played game, one of my favourite games of all time. Not only that, but I used to watch a Let's Player called, he was like Freud with a W, or Fred, 100, and he played this game when I was in high school, and that kind of got me into this game, as well as gaming in general. So that's kind of the idea behind this playthrough, is kind of to fill that void, because I've noticed all his playthroughs are gone, his whole channel has been deleted, so unfortunate, but it's the way it is sometimes. You have to start fresh, and the only way to start fresh sometimes is to erase your old life. But anyway, bit nostalgic there, but so we'll try and we'll go through this. And there's not many playthroughs of this game. It tends to be overshadowed by its brothers of Mountain Blade Warband and the new Bannerlore that's just come out. So no quitting without saving. We're going to do this hardcore. My name is Japor. There we go, Japor. We're gonna go charisma pretty heavily and intelligence quite early on. I'm gonna get 1 into Iron Flesh, 3 into trade, a bit of inventory management. We're in treatment. We want surgery. We don't want people to die. So surgery, always important. And looting would be pretty good. We might get looting as well, just for that early on kind of bonuses. We'll do firearms because I want to be good at that. That's quite a cool aspect of this game, is the firearms, more so than I've found in Mountain Blade, the DLC for the Warband, Napoleonic era. This, I find the firearms much better. That might just be biased because I played this game first, but yeah, that's just my general opinion. We'll make him a bit more gaunt, I like to play my characters a bit older, a bit more experienced, and a bit different. Because most characters in this game are youngish looking, so he kind of stands out more. I'll make him ugly. We'll make him angry looking. We don't want people to mess with this guy. Cheekbones. Cheekbones are fine. Nose. We want a sharp nose like myself. Real sharp. Yeah. Cheeks. We want to make him gaunt. He doesn't like the frivolities of luxury. Chin. Jaw. Yeah, it looks decent. Looks pretty generic, but he'll be behind a helmet, hopefully, for most of it. So, your travels have taken you to a small Cossack village on the outskirts of the wilderness. As you stroll past, the silence is broken by gunshots. See what trouble is afoot. Now, this is the tutorial, and the tutorial narrator, he's quite loud and quite over the top, and he doesn't shut up, so I'll probably be quiet for the next 5 or so minutes that it takes to get through this, but my thoughts are with you guys.
Welcome to With Fire and Sword. This is a short tutorial. That fence is blocking your way. Knock it over. You can attack in 4 different directions. Move the mouse up. Good. Now on to defending. Defense is controlled by the right mouse button. To defend effectively with a weapon, wait for your opponent to commence his attack. That guy ahead looks like he's up to no good. Excellent. Looks like there's more fighting to be had. That group of adventurers seems to be expecting company.
Nice to see I've still got it. Haven't played this game, to be honest, in a while, so maybe a bit rusty. Jacques de Clement, thank you for aiding us. An extra arm is always welcome in times such as these. It was my honor to aid you. Come, let's find some horses and ride away before more of these scoundrels appear. Now, I like Mountain Blade because of its sandbox nature, so I don't really, not too fond of this introduction, because it kind of makes you, kind of makes you seem honourable, and if you don't play that kind of role, but this game is very much hands-on, not hands-on, Yeah, it's a bit more linear in terms of there's only really one or two quests, and they're all kind of there's not much options to uh, role play, but compared to Mount and Blade Warband, that is, or Bannerlord, but it is quite fun, and at least there is an end goal, there is a storyline, so that is nice. Alright then, we'll have to do something about this padlock. Take this old pistol and blast the wretched thing, will you?
Great, you have a new toy.
Let's see if this works.
Press R to switch to grab yourself a horse and ride away with Manfor and his men. Get close enough to the horse until you see the word mount appear. Press F to mount up. Wonderful, you're saddled up. Horses can be wily beasts. To control your mount, use the W, A, S, and D keys. Press W to spur the horse onward, and S to rein him in. A and D will rein the horse left and right. Riding requires some practice. Don't forget that it's easier to make tight turns if you slow down a bit. Look, more enemies on the horizon. Time to put your sword and pistol to use. You can scroll up with the mouse wheel to switch between your weapons. Now, go ahead and fight your way out, with fire and sword.
Alright, let's do this. Probably the only bandits you'll ever face that have horses. Did all my work for me. How good. Many thanks, stranger. These are strange times, and we both well know. And it good to meet your friends, new friends. Would you care to join us for supper? Aye, that I would. See, like if I was someone who didn't really care for any of this, as like a role-playing perspective, I don't really like how it forces you, but you know it happens in a lot of games, so I can't really complain. After defeating the final enemy, you return to talk with your new ally. My name is Jacques de Clement. I can see you are surely no brigand. Come, unsaddle your steed and rest yourself by the fire. The supper is nigh ready. My name is Japor. How did you find yourself in these strange lands, sir? Where are you headed? I am of the Clements of Languedoc. Our line descends from the famed crusader Count Simon de Clement, but unlike my magnificent ancestor, I have neither great titles nor vast lands. I served in guard of Cardinal Mazarin, and was doing well for myself, but then the devil made me his fool, and I challenged certain D'Artagnan, lieutenant of the Royal Musketeers, to a duel. Fully knowing my skill with a sabre and pistol alike, the Gascon thought to avoid the risk, and convinced the Queen that I secretly planned an attempt on the life of the young Louis. Thus, in the night of the duel's eve, I was forced to flee Paris, and now I am doomed to wander the fields of Europe. Okay. So D'Artagnan, that's the guy from Three Musketeers, so that's pretty cool. Bit of an illusion there going. Well, it was a pleasure to meet you, but now I must be moving on. I recommend you set your path to Zamershi and take in the town, and Samolsk is a fine city, not far from there. So we'll do it as he says, because we don't need this. As he says, oh, bandits. Ah, oh, damn. We're just going to have to pay him, because I can't deal with that. That's annoying. Was it only 4? Oh, I probably could have done that. Ah, well. Let's talk to the village elder. Why, hello there. General Kenobi. McKay is my name. We are the Rusin, but we live under the Polish gentry. We have heard say that the Russian Tsar wants to regain our lands and has set out to make war with the Polish king. He leads his host to Smolsk. Word has come that the Cossack colonel, Zola Tarenko, stands nearby with his army, calling all free men to the Zaporozhian host to fight under his banner. And do you have work for me? Something that will give me chance to swing my saber, win myself some glory, and fill my purse. It is a little too empty at the moment. Aye, there is always work for the daring soul such as yourself. Believe it or not, the colonels of the gentry just sit and wait for the Muscovites, huddling in their towns, fearing to stick their noses out at the gates. Meanwhile, bandits roam the roads, giving travellers and merchants no peace. We cannot even travel to the bazaar, for fear of being overtaken. And to make matters worse, the blasted overlord of Smosk taxes us heavily so that we have nothing for ourselves, and we will be reduced to starvation. Ugh. Find and wipe out the bandits. Bandits have settled in a forest nearby, set out to plunder us each day. There are only a few of them, but numbers matter not. Our peasants are not trained for battle. I agree. Bandits sounds more like my kind of work. Tell me where I can find them. They are lurking in the forest right past the village. Go and defeat the bastards. We'll reward you as well. But with your party seems a bit weak. Take these 2 volunteers with you. Sweet, so that's 7. That's alright, we can do that. Well met. It has been a long while since we have seen noble personage. What brings you here, your grace? You speak with an eloquent tongue. I would presume you fight just as well. I am on the hunt for some local bandits. Perhaps you would help me. Perhaps that would be you. We are no bandits, but fair and upright forest brothers. Classic. We do for ourselves the best we can. We rob from the rich and give to the poor, and take but a token share for ourselves as reward for our daring feat of arms. That's strange. According to the local villagers, it is you who are taking from the poor, even their last pittance. This seems far from noble to me, and they have asked of me to put an end to this disgraceful situation. So yeah, the language, I think it's like in terms of the sentence structure, the clauses, they're very much novel. So not novel, probably not the right objective there. But they're reminiscent of because with Fire and Sword is based off a book, which is this whole time setting. So it's probably to facilitate that kind of effect, make it more read more like a novel, I suppose. So that's why it's a bit funny. That's why I'm stumbling over my words here and there. Strange business this. Some nameless passerby dares to slander us. Aye, lads, a long time has passed since our daggers bit flesh. Let's test the colour of this noble fool's blood. Get him. So we have 4 against 7. That's not bad odds, really. The only problem is the bandits in this game, they all have firearms. So, you know, one shot and you can be out of this game quick smart. And especially in the early game, but more so even in the later game. We'll make that normal. Don't want to make it too easy for myself. But I might keep that at half, because one shot at normal will kill you no matter where it hits. On the foot, you're dead, sort of a thing. So, and still no guarantee. Like, if they hit me in the head on this kind of difficulty, I'll still die immediately. So, I might just charge them because they're dead otherwise. But yeah, never charge a gunline, especially straight ahead. He doesn't have a pistol. He doesn't have a gun, so we'll go for these guys. Oh, completely missed. You want to engage these guys as quickly as possible before they can get off their shots. There we go. One more down. Let's get him before he fires. Nice, nice, nice. Cool. Oh, damn. Well, I am the chosen one. Hopefully I can do this. It might be a very quick playthrough. Good thing is they prioritize reloading, so you can always get them. Ooh. Brutal. And see, that was just one kind of soft stab. 10 damage. That's almost 1/4 of my health. And this pistol is so inaccurate, especially on horseback. Nice. And now they flee. Good. We'll get this guy from range. He has no range himself, so should make easy work. I'm not sure if Warband has it. I know if something falls off like a ledge, bodies will fall down, but with the great thing about pistols is that they have impact. So I've got ragdoll physics on, so it looks pretty cool when they get hit. If anyone's new to Mountain Blade in games in general, just hold control and you can select and it goes between the inventories. Cool. So we've helped Samosh Zamashi, and hopefully the bandits have kind of... no, they're still there. Try and circumnavigate them. Talk to the bandits. Hello again, my good man. The bandits are done for. They shall pester you no more. Do you remember your promise? Of course, how could I forget? Here, take these provisions. They will help you on your way. And thank you for your help. Sweet. So I've leveled up and got a bit of trade goods. Perhaps I could offer further aid. We won't do the goods because that they always send you to find salt, and the closest place to find salt, which is cheap, like talking about 50 tahars or whatever it is, currency, is the other side of the map. So we won't do that. That's the Sweden part. So we won't do that, but we will talk with the despot. There is one more thing. The warlord of Smosk has set our taxes high that we cannot bear it. So high that we cannot bear it. Our very survival is at stake. We thought of sending humble messages to him, but we are too frightened, and the roads are far too perilous. Come to our aid, good man. Talk to the warlord and beg him to lower our taxes. Agree. I could speak to him on your behalf, surely, but I arrived not long ago in these lands. I know no one, and no one can stand by my word, but I alone. To persuade the warlord will be no easy task. Okay, so that's just a bit of self-reflection there. Oh, so we might try and take these guys now. I'll level up first. We'll put it into intelligence, and we'll go loot and iron flesh. We want to kind of be more, a bit more survivable. That's good for now. Nice and slow. Let's get him. Okay, so it's kind of the same odds as before. I'm a little bit damaged, so that's not great. But we should try and what I will do is I'll hide them behind the hill, distract them, hopefully make them expend their charges, and then I'll get my men to go in. Unless, no, they don't have any firearms, it seems. Ah, so that's a bonus. I can pick them off. Charge. And you can definitely notice how underpowered you are early on in this game. You try and swing, it just seems so slow, but it does get better. Bit of character progression, I suppose. Oh, I love the impact. Let's get this last skir. Nice. No casualties as well. How good. A little bit of damage, but that's fine. I was tempted to get... I think there is a mod for this game, just like the normal... might use a bludgeon actually. Get some prisoners. Just like the normal Mountain Blade, there is a mod that increases both the battle size to about 500, 700, but that's a bit extreme, and it interferes with the multiplayer vanilla experience. But also there's a mod that will let me my AI continue to fight after I'm dead, but we're just going to play this vanilla, so it's more of an actual playthrough, and we'll try and go through the story. Let's upgrade our party. Muskets. They're just so overpowered. Not overpowered, but so powerful, and as I said before, same thing applies to militiamen. One shot from them and they will pretty much down or do a good chunk of health to any enemy. The only thing about muskets though is that as you level them up, as the musketeers get better, they become more accurate. So that's really the upside to muskets. As you get better, you get more accurate. They do get more damage as well, but it's more accuracy that you're looking for. because even the most rudimentary musket can do some pretty powerful damage. Now, what do these guys have? Oh no, they're melee as well. So every now and then you get the bands that are just that have no muskets, which are a godsend early on. But oh, look at that, 50 damage. I know they're unarmored, so it's not really a good test of skill. But yeah, and this is probably the worst pistol you can get, besides one that's cracked. Just in terms of accuracy, it's more likely to go somewhere else than where you intend. But to be honest, I'm pretty used to this game, so I'm pretty lucky when it comes to shooting. Oh, I probably should have used that. Oh, well. Later. We'll do it later. Once I get a few companions and things like that, we'll invest more in that. That's worth more. What's 14, 16? Oh, that's worth more too. Oh, 50. 10. Okay. Want the best. So we can sell the best. If you want to know how to zoom, it's control space, I believe. Control that. Yeah, it's control space. So that's for any Mountain Blade game, even the newer ones. So, Tepesh. I do like Tepesh. He's pretty good. And for some reason, the mercenaries in this game seem to be cheaper. They do have a more than Mountain Blade warband, but they do cost a bit to maintain. So that is I guess the balance. Let's try and sell all this. Flour. Do we have any salt? No, we don't. We have bullets. Don't need them. Got plenty of food. That will last us a good while. Armor. I might, because that's only 4, 5, 5. We don't really need this kind of thing, but this I lack. Oh, 7 indeed. So we might get that sturdy. Bit more survivable this way. We don't need a beret or anything. We can probably pick something good up from the local bandit. I might try and recruit Tepesh too. I beg your pardon, have we met before? Nay not, my name is Japor. I'm the last survivor of my ancient house of Valish rulers. My famous ancestor Vladislav Tepesh, known as Dracula, was the scourge of the Turks and the lord of Transylvania. The lord of Hungary is a mortal enemy of the Valaks, and spread dreadful rumors that my ancestor had thirst for blood. These legends and tales have become the bane of our family. The descendants of Dracula left Transylvania, and I grew up in Kamenets, near the border. For a while now I have lived the life of a wanderer, and it is the life I would not have chosen. It is not the life I would have chosen. Several years ago, oh dear, Hemlinetsky's army laid siege to Kamenets. Soon a plague hit the Cossack camp, and they withdrew, but the same dreadful epidemic took the lives of many townsmen, including my parents. I volunteered to be the captain of the town guard, and could only visit their graves after sunset, so busy was I. The gravekeeper spoke of it in a pub, and invented a few tall tales involving grave digging. The merchants, their minds inflamed by the war and the plague, accused me of mortal sins, and bent themselves on my destruction. All I could take as I fled the city were my sword, and the treatise on the art of war. Well, a sharp blade is never out of place in my party. I hope you forgive me if I will not join you at the table. I already had supper, and never dine afterwards. I wield the sword with great skill, and I have mastered battle tactics through long study. In addition, I can do bloodletting in the case of sickness. Well then, you are welcome to join my men. Yeah. See, they're pretty cheap as well. 200 taler is not much. With pleasure, just one plea. Last night, I was somewhat unlucky at a game table. Could you pay my debt? The sum is pitiful, merely 200 taler, but this I can leave with the town with a clean conscience. Sweet. Excellent. Give me a few moments to get ready, and I'll be ready to move. Cool. So, you want your companions early. Tepesh is a pretty good one. I like him just in terms of the name, but he can be a pretty cool powerhouse, especially once you get him in armor and a horse. But we might make him the leader of the infantry later on. Ooh, so we won't convince him because we have pitiful. He doesn't like me anyway. We have pitiful persuasion, so we'll probably have to pay him off. My name is Japor, at your service, sir. I am Warlord Fedor, a noble of the Polish Commonwealth, and the Lord of Smolsk and Samashi. Speak quickly, if you've anything to say, for I have no time to twaddle. Twaddle. The dwellers of Samashi ask that their taxes be lowered. I have business to discuss with you, Warlord. Your tax Samashi is so heavy that the locals would soon all flee or starve. You would be wise to ease their burden. What should you care, sir? You may well know that we are at war. By tomorrow, enemy's marksmen may arrive here and drive the local servants of the Polish king straight out of Smolsk. We must swiftly gather all the money we can to better reinforce the town walls. See, I won't even bother with the attempt. We'll pay the tax. That's not much money. Heh. In more peaceful times I would refuse, but war has a way of eroding one's principles. Here then, give me the money, and go tell the villagers that they are free of their tax debt for the past year. Oh, that's pretty nice. Very well, here's your money. Alright. It's kind of funny though how they pay me almost 200, and they could have just paid him 200. Like, surely the peasants aren't that poor. Anyway. That's just game theory. Alright, this amount is enough. Cool. Your reasons are solid. I suppose I shall forgive the villagers' tax debts. Cool, 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 cool. So we'll probably end it there. Just in terms it's easy to leave here. And yeah, so hopefully you haven't found this experience, this playthrough too unenjoyable. Yeah, so we'll be back next time and we'll continue. The idea of this is to do the storyline, so we'll probably do the storyline for the Polish, because I love the Wing Hussars. They're the Polish ones, I'm pretty sure. If not, we'll do Swedish, because Sweden, they have some pretty cool things, and they have the best mercenary camp, in my opinion. But they do have the best mercenary camp. And next episode, I'll probably go more over the factions, just so you guys have a better idea of what kind of world this is that we're playing in. So, anyway, without further ado, I hope you have a good evening, night, or day.